SmackDown this past Friday, you were watching. Triple H comes out, whips up the crowd into a frenzy and goes, "Are you ready?" And then he goes, "We're going to bring out the draft again." And everybody goes, "Yeah."
That's what I did. I went, "Wait a minute. That's it?" I thought he was going to talk about the sale of the company. And that's what everybody else thought. But he comes out there and talks about one of the most boringest things they can do, really, is a draft. I don't know how they're going to juice this thing up, because a draft does not interest me at all. I don't even know. I never understood it anyway. From the beginning, I kind of did. You were going to have the brands compete. And maybe at a WrestleMania, then you have the Super Bowl. Now you can do that. But he comes out, "Are you ready?" And the people, they were pumped. I thought he was going to talk about the sale of the company to Endeavor. And he was going to say what they were going to do or who was going to be in what position or whatever. But no, he just talked about the draft and talk about a letdown. That crowd just went flat and said, "Well, this is not what we expected."
What was, when you were in WWE, there was no draft. There was no brand extension, which I think people forget. Like between 2011 and 2016, or until mid-2016, there was no brand extension. And so one of my questions was, hey, did you know you were going to be drafted or whatever? It turns out, no, you didn't, because there was no draft whatsoever. I mean, like, how did it work then? Were you more likely to be on one show than the other at the time, or were you just...
I was always on... Excuse me. I was always on Raw and SmackDown. I was on both of them, because they would tape Raw on a Monday night live. Then the second night, you would go to a town 150 miles away or whatever. Then you would tape SmackDown. And then you'd go home for a day or two, maybe. Then on Friday, you're back out on the road. We work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday do Raw, and Tuesday do SmackDown. So it's 5 days every week on the road, which was really better than my WCW schedule, because I went 64 straight days there without going home. That was brutal.
Did they book... Did you forget what I was going to ask? WCW, were they booking you on the road every single day to see if you would crack and quit?
No. They had towns. You know, to book people on the road costs money. You got to buy their tickets. But they made the talent pay for the cars and pay for the hotel rooms, as does WWE. Unless you're in the office, considered office, then they'll pick up your hotel room, they'll pick up your cars, they'll pick up your food. And that's what I had doing my last run with WWE, because they would pick up my hotel, they would pay for my car. They never told me about the food. I picked up my food. And that's why a lot of guys wanted to ride with me, because I didn't charge them anything, because the company was paying for the car. I thought they just liked me. But I had a bunch of cheap bastards riding with me. No, but actually WWE, they treated me pretty good my 3 years that I was there.
This sort of goes on what we were talking about before. By the way, I've got this "You People Mean Nothing to Me" mug, which is not on sale. Oh, I just made myself one.
Really? You people mean nothing to me.
Yeah, it is a sweet mug, though. Look at that.
That was a very popular T-shirt.
With who?
What do you say when somebody says, "You people mean nothing to me," and you see it on a shirt? What would you think? Leave the guy alone, or would you like that saying? I mean, if you just saw it on somebody you didn't even know for the first time, what would you think?
I'd think, let's jump in the car with this guy because he's got free car rental, and but he doesn't know about the free food yet.
Oh, yeah. Well, I found out about it, but